Okay, let's talk about this new pump from Freemie. This is the Freemie Rose. And I just want to tell you right off the bat, it is super pretty, right? I love the rose gold color. The pink is really cute. Yeah, really fun. I did some testing on this yesterday, and I was pleasantly surprised with the output, the suction power on this new pump from Freemie. I also pulled out my old pump from Freemie. I have the Liberty and the Independence. This is just the first one I can find, and it's the most similar because they both have screens. These feel the way that they operate very similar. As you can tell, they have very similar buttons. You've got 3 programmable buttons on the top, and then suction and cycle speed on the bottom. You have the power, and then you have the sleep timer. So you can actually set the timer on an auto shut off, and you can adjust the time, which I don't know actually, I can't think of any other pump that lets you adjust the auto shut off. So that's actually pretty cool. It always starts on the lowest mode, which again, sorry, I live next to an airbase. Jets are flying. It always starts off on the lowest setting, which I actually appreciate. I don't love it when pumps remember your last settings and then rip your nips off, right? So we've got 1 and 1 here. It only goes up to suction level 5. Which is like fine, right? And then it actually has tons of cycle speed adjustments. So you can go up to, I'm actually gonna turn this down just for the sake of the motor here. It goes up to 10, and then it also has a turbo. So you can see that slowed down quite a bit, and then it has turbo. So if you wanted to max settings, you'd be on suction level 5 and turbo on the cycles. I don't know what turbo cycle is referencing, but it's just a really long, strong pull. It's not really affecting the suction very much, more the speed. So you can hear that that's a lot faster speed, a lot more cycles per minute. So if you were starting out, you would probably start out on cycle level 1, lots of sucks, get that let down, whatever vacuum speed is comfortable for you. And then I would probably pop that up. Again, you can set the memory functions. So once you find your favorite stimulation mode settings, you can set that as number 1. And then when you find a expression mode, and again, these don't have stimulation or expression modes, you're just gonna have to mess with the cycles and find what works best for you, which is why I think they have the programmable settings up top here so that you can set them into what you like, right? So, but they don't have a designated stimulation and expression mode like some of the other pumps that we've seen, okay? So then you can do, I haven't set number 2 yet, but you could set that to your favorite expression mode, right? And then when you turn on, you can pop it back to number 1, stimulation mode, expression mode, and then a random other favorite, okay? Again, this will set the time up in the top 10 minutes, and then it will auto shut off. So now it's counting down for you. It doesn't actually count the time of your cycle of your session. So it automatically started at 40 up top here. So it is counting down. So you could actually do some math there and figure out how long you've been pumping if you want. Whatever. I only charged this halfway yesterday and I ran a couple tests on it. I did a short rolly pumping session and now I'm at 37%. The battery life of the old Freemie is about 90 minutes. I am guessing that this is similar. If it is different, I will put a note down below, but just judging on where it's at right now, I'm guessing it's similar, 90 minutes, so an hour and a half to 2 hours maybe, if you're pumping. I have been running the heck out of this motor while I'm testing it, so yeah, not too bad actually. Okay, it did come with a clip that you could put on. I could take it off too, I think, if you just wanted the, well, once it's on, maybe you can't take it off, but it also has the little rubber stoppers if you just wanted to put it on your desk. I would probably clip this on my pants, except for, you know, like postpartum, your pants come clear up to wherever, so you could clip it anywhere if you wanted. I just did a video that you can go watch on the Freemie Slim cups. So these were kind of, they're not, I think they come as a pair. They were kind of marketed that way to like be together. The old Freemie cups look like this, so they're quite a bit bigger. They hold more milk, but I've never loved these and I've never recommended them very often because I don't love the suction that I can get from them. It's not enough. Although I have traditionally never had a problem with the Freemie pumps. Actually, the Freemie, the old ones, they have some of the lowest and highest, like the biggest range of suction that you can find on a pump. So when I tested this pump on its minimum settings, I could get like 2. Like seriously, almost nothing, which you don't need, like 2 is not gonna do anything for you. I don't know why it goes that low, but 2 to 300. Like they had a huge range. So if someone was like, I kind of like lower setting, I like low settings, but maybe sometimes I'd like a high, I'd have no problem recommending a Freemie pump. This one was very similar. It didn't go quite as low when I tested it. The lowest I could get was like 50 mmHg, which is actually fantastic. I don't mind that number because sometimes you need gentle suction, right? And so I prefer when a pump has a really big range versus just a really high max suction, right? The max suction I could get on this pump, I tried it with some regular phalanges. I got 308 mmHg, which is really impressive. You should not need that much, but it's there if you do. I believe that was on, well, that was on max. I didn't even test the turbo. I'm sure it's similar. Over 300 is no problem. Now, I did test it with the cups, and yeah. For whatever reason, Freemie cups traditionally don't translate the suction well. I personally think it might be because of all the connectors that it uses. So you can kind of do some hacks and stuff there. I actually did take off this piece and I plugged this right into the cup and tried it that way. So it has multiple connector points here too, which lose suction. I plugged it right in there and I actually did get better results. So if you do want to try the slim cups and you're finding that the suction is not quite enough, ditch this connector. I do like that it has that 90-degree angle for you, which gives it it makes it a little more user-friendly when you're using it in the bra and stuff like that. But if you're finding that the suction's not quite enough, I'll tell you, regularly, if I used the connector, I could get 210 max suction on the cups, which you're losing like 100 millimeters mercury, and then you're maxing the pump. Like 200 is that's kind of the minimum height that you need, you know what I'm saying? When I took the connector out, I was able to get 235. So like 25 more suction points, we'll call them, right? Up higher without that little connector right there. So I think that's to be noted if you do try these and the suction's not working for you. Again, 235 is a decent amount of suction. You might have to run your pump on some of the more max settings. So a little bit higher than you would normally if you were using a normal flange. For reference, I talked about this in the other video, but I tried my Legendary Milk cups, which are some of my favorites. However, they are bigger. And I was able to get like 297. So this cup does fine. Why does this cup not? Anyway, these cups are better than these cups, the old Freemie cups. So I said this recommendation on my other video on the cup, and if you want more details on this specific cup, I'll send you over to that one because we talked about the inserts and the shape and all that kind of stuff. But I like the Freemie Rose pump. If you're looking for a small, portable, pretty pump, this is it. It's beautiful. The cups, I don't know. So if you have any other questions specifically on the pump, what this pump does compared to the old Freemie pump or compared to other pumps, I'd be happy to answer those down below. If you have questions on the cups, go check out that other video where we really dived into the slim fit cups, and you can post any questions there. Other moms will be giving you some input there too. So anyway, I hope that helps. Freemie Rose, well done on the upgrade. Look how much prettier this is. I like what they did. Anyway, hope that helps you understand that pump a little bit better.